There you go.
All right, folks. This is Dan and Tami Holloman.
Hey, guys.
We are trying something new, and we are going to have fun with it. Hopefully,
We hope.
you have fun with it. We are starting a blog, at least we're trying to, and we are calling it Whiskey Tango
Harmony.
So, as you can see,
Sometimes we're in harmony.
sometimes we are. And so what we want to try to do here with this is we want to try to get people introduced to whiskeys or bourbons, like my wife, Tami, who's not a whiskey or a bourbon drinker.
No.
She's more of a wine.
Wine and water.
Wine and water. Sometimes a good beer.
Sometimes with pizza.
So, as we start today's episode, the first one, this is our inaugural jump off, so to speak. We're just going to kind of taste a whiskey that normally is kind of for more sophisticated palates. It's a rye whiskey, but because it has been distilled and barreled at a certain proof, it should be
He thinks I'm sophisticated.
to Tammy's liking. She is sophisticated.
We should start first, though, with introducing ourselves, because these people don't know who we are.
All right, let's go ahead.
So I'm Tami.
I'm Dan.
We've been married 42 years. We have, right?
Yes.
4 daughters, 7 granddaughters, and 1 grandson. Finally arrived.
Finally.
We live in Middle Tennessee. I have an online business that I do, and Daniel is...
I am with a company called Wesley Financial Group and Senior Vice President. Been with them for about almost 11 years now, about 10 and a half years. Anyway, that's our background. And I have enjoyed bourbon for many years.
We're going to have to give you a tour of his office in one of these videos.
Developed a taste for it and have really enjoyed sharing it with friends and family when they come. And I'm trying to break into how do we get people to try whiskey or bourbon for the first time and they enjoy it, so it's not a turnoff. So that's the whole reason for this.
We thought we'd try it with me since I'm not a whiskey drinker, so you'll probably see me making faces. You might see me say, oh, forget it, I'm gonna go get my water or my wine. But Daniel's gonna try really hard.
So we're gonna try to make this work. So laugh along with us. If we're silly, that's okay. We don't care. We just want to have fun. We want to introduce people to whiskey and bourbon in the culture, and maybe a good wine every now and then. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
That's possible.
Maybe.
Yeah. So what we're gonna share today, what we're gonna drink today, and I'm gonna show the picture of the bottle. This is called WhistlePig, and this is Farmstock rye. This is a blend, just so everybody knows, this is a blend of 3 different rye whiskeys. For those of you that don't know, rye is a grain from a grass, rye grass. There is no corn in this. This is 100% rye whiskey.
Okay.
Corn adds a sweetness. Your bourbons will all have a corn mash bill, and I can get into that later. But this is a rye whiskey. This distillery is in Vermont. Now
I like a rye beer.
Yes, you do. So this particular whiskey is a blend of several different ages of rye whiskey. The youngest vintage is from Vermont, and it is, let me get my glasses on here. It is a 52% of the 3-year-old Vermont whiskey. Okay, that's a rye grown in Vermont. It has a 31% of the 6-year-old rye grown in Canada, and it has 17% of a 10-year-old rye grown in Canada. So when they blended this whiskey, it was because they wanted different ages in the blend, so it gave it a certain profile and a certain taste. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to try it. And as I do that, I'll just explain. Anybody that drinks whiskey or bourbon, you probably already know this, but these are called Glencairn glasses. They're designed the way the bowl is shaped at the bottom and it narrows at the top to concentrate the flavor and the smell profile of the whiskey or the bourbon, so that's the first thing hits your nose, which is what you want. You want to smell that flavor profile. You want to smell what it has to offer. Then you will sip it, and we'll go through that stage, and then we'll figure out if Tami likes this rye whiskey.
And we're just going to try it straight.
And this is going to be neat.
Neat.
That means there's no ice, there's no water, it's straight out of the bottle. Purist, you'll want to try everything neat first. You may want to put a couple of drops of water in it from an eyedropper if you want to loosen up some flavors, or you may want to put it over some ice. I like mine neat because I like what it offers. Tami might end up wanting water, or
which we did not come prepared for that.
Which we did not. So,
so we're drinking it straight. We're drinking it neat.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm simply going to pour a little pour into Tami's glass.
That's good. That's good.
That's all you need right there at the bottom.
That's all I want.
That's all you need. So I'm going to pour some for mine, and then what Tami's doing...
Do I twirl this like wine?
She has learned this from us visiting distilleries. You twirl it just to get the flavors going. And then what you want to do, you leave your mouth open about 1/4 of an inch, and you breathe through your nose. You will pick up the flavor profile that this whiskey is offering. Now, for those of you that are not whiskey aficionados, and I don't claim to be a taste expert, I just know that when I drink a whiskey, I either like it or I don't like it. If you tell me, Dan, can you pick out the nutmeg, or can you pick out the vanilla, or can you pick out the grass, or all these different, that's not what I do. I drink it because I enjoy it. I like the flavor profile coming to my nose. First thing you're going to do, and we'll do it right now, is we just take a little sip, and we don't swallow, and you roll it around in your mouth. It's called chewing the whiskey.
Mm.
Then you swallow it. You can see Tami's really enjoying this whiskey.
It's hot. I thought this was going to be a mild one for my first try.
So, for those of you that don't know, rye whiskey, and is distinctive to the ryegrass. It has a peppery
It's very peppery
profile. Some people call it spicy.
It's burning on the sides of my tongue.
Some people call it hot, kind of like Tami is, spicy and hot. Anyway, so as you took that first sip and you rolled it around, tell me what came to mind?
It's hot. No, that was the first thing. It's like, I gotta get this out of my mouth.
All right, it's hot.
This is honest. This is an honest tasting here, folks.
All right, so take another sip.
Okay. Is it gonna be like wine? It gets better with the next sip?
You'll find out.
Probably by the next glass, it'll be better.
Now on this one, you just swallow it slowly, and you should pick up some type of flavor profile as it goes down. What did you pick up?
Vanilla.
Vanilla?
It didn't burn as much until it got in my throat. Then my throat felt the burn.
You know, after a couple of drinks, none of it burns.
Yeah, I'm not gonna know. I'm not gonna know.
Anyway, so again, nothing.
It smells like vanilla too. Is it supposed to?
Well, yeah. You got vanilla in the oak.
Okay.
Matured in. So you'll pick up. A lot of people, you'll pick up vanilla. You'll pick up definitely oak. Some people definitely the spiciness of the pepper and the heat. And you can. Everybody's palate is different, and I tell everybody this: what I taste, you may not. That's normal. And if you read a review from a blog about somebody reviewing the whiskey, sometimes it's helpful, most of the time it's not, because they plant thoughts in your mind as to what that should be tasting like, and your palate is not the same. So you're going to have a different taste of that same whiskey or bourbon than I am, because I pick up things that are different than you do because our palates are completely different.
So what do you pick up?
I picked up oak, I picked up vanilla, I picked up a little bit of leather.
Oh, I didn't
Now,
get leather.
I also, because it's a rye, I picked up some grass.
Should I try it again?
Yeah, sure.
Am I missing out?
I want you to, I want you all to.
I thought I was gonna choke.
So, if you noticed, and I was watching Tammy while she was sipping it, she had that little pinky up like that.
It's from tea tastings. I'm really a tea person.
You'll notice my finger does not go out like that. My finger stays right there.
That one was rough. Okay, I didn't get the leather. Sorry.
That's okay, not a problem. You know, and some people on these rye whiskeys, they might get some type of grassy flower. They might get some type of lemon or zestiness because it's a rye and it has that grass that it comes from. And the more you read, the more you study whiskeys and bourbons, you might pick up some things that you don't now pick up.
As my palate develops.
As your palate develops, or as it simmers because you've ingested so much whiskey, you might not taste it.
Exactly.
Now, the unique thing here is, if we took an eyedropper and put 2 or 3 drops of water, not your sink water, but distilled water, those 2 or 3 drops will actually open the whiskey up, and you would probably taste more flavor because you're not just picking up the heat.
So we should try that next time. We should be more prepared for our next.
We can do that.
This is kind of off the cuff for us. We just wanted to come on here and do it messy to get started.
We can do that, and this is messy. And
mine's gone.
Cheers to Tammy's first tasting.
We'll have to come back to this one to see if as my palate develops, if I liked it better next time. Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe. And one of the things as we get into this, and we'll have different bottles every time of what we're doing, and we'll explain a little bit of background. We'll explain some things that are interesting for those that have never drank whiskey.
I'm actually interested in the road trips.
We will be taking road trips. We will be going to distilleries, and we will be filming all that and giving notes and all the different things we're experiencing to make this very enjoyable as we get into this. Who knows where this will lead? We don't even know where this will lead.
So let us know what you're looking for, and we'll try to incorporate that.
Perfect. Yeah, we will take and read all your notes, all your comments, good, bad, or ugly. Doesn't matter. We'll read them.
Try to be nice.
Yeah. Well, we're new at this.
I don't want to deal with mean people.
Anyway, adios from.
See you next Sunday. We're gonna do this on Sundays.
Whiskey, Tango,
Harmony,
and Harmony. And you know who the harmony part is. It isn't me. I can't carry a tune and save my life.
Oh, me either. We're harmony through our marriage and getting along.
See y'all next time.
We might give you some marriage tips along the way. Bye.
Bye.